Hey guys, in this video we're going to be going over the achievements added in the Designer's Cut DLC for Borderlands 3. One thing to take note of is that there are 20 new locations added to Pandora with this DLC, but you do not actually need to get these in order to get the 100 names for sand achievement, which is for discovering all of the named locations in Pandora. So even if you don't have the DLC, you should still be able to get that achievement. It's just gonna say like 78 out of 98 instead of the full 78 out of 78. When it comes to should you even get the DLC, well, unless you're going for 100%ing the game, I would say no. There's not a lot to it. There's the arms race mode, which there's really nothing there. And there are the new skill trees, but is it worth the money? I don't think so. There's really no reason to even play through Arms Race more than once or twice after you beat it, because you don't get a lot from it, and it's really not that fun. First couple of tries it's cool, but after that it gets old real fast. So unless you're grinding achievements, you're not going to put a lot of time into it. Now speaking of achievements, there are only 3. And that'll kind of show you just how little content there actually is for this DLC. Now with all of that out of the way, let's go ahead and jump into the video. Now for the first achievement, we have got the DLC to work. For actually getting it to work. I'm joking, but also kind of serious. This DLC is a bit bugged. So if you experience the issue where you buy the DLC or the second season pass and it allows you to accept the arms race mission but won't allow you to fast travel there, then I have a few troubleshooting tips that got it to work for me through Steam. If you have the same issue on another platform, doing the same sort of steps may help you get into it also. So the first thing would be to check if it has the DLC enabled and loaded. In Steam, you would just go to the game in your library, and on the right side it'll have Manage My DLC, where you'll be able to make sure that that one is checked. Then, verify your game cache by right-clicking on the game's name, go to Properties, Local Files, and verify the integrity of the game cache. After a while, and I mean a while, it will download a couple of gigs and should then allow you to fast travel over to the new map. And if not, you may have to completely uninstall and reinstall the game and just hope that it'll actually download all the files needed after that. Now after all that, once you're able to fast travel to the new map, we can start getting these 3 new achievements. For the first one, we have In the Eye of a Murdercane for winning a round of arms race. It really is not that hard to do this one, but some general tips would be to grab the starting guns out of the nearby crate, because it always spawns one nearby so that you can get some type of gun to use when fighting your way to the next crate. The second thing to do would be to go to a loot room in the first circle or just right outside of it. You should be able to pick up some guns along the way there, and then you'll get a decent amount of equipment once you finish that first loot room. Now at this point, you could probably beat the boss most of the time just off of the gear you get from one loot room, but if you're able to hit a second one closer to the boss area, that will pretty much guarantee that you'll be looted up enough to win the fight. Another option for your second loot room would be one of the loot drops, because it basically gives you the same gear and is honestly much quicker to get done. Then in terms of guns that you want to keep for the boss fight, you'll want to use the highest damage electric gun first, then a high damage corrosive gun, and then finally, whatever gun is going to do the most DPS that you've got left. Going through that method, you generally will have a pretty decent time and won't have much trouble pulling out the win. Then we have Complex Made Simple for exploring the entire Stormblind complex. There are 20 locations here, and none seem to be bugged or easy to miss from what I saw. So the first one will be the Doll Geodome. Then we have Dam WTF, Water Treatment Facility. Then Deep Storm Depths. Then Doom with a View. Then Dreadnought Drydock. then heatant pools, then hostile homes, then industrial titans, then launch command sigma, then madwidth power, then we have plunder dome, and then skag scar pass. Next we have seepage and creepage, then seeping spillway, and then shipping encouraged, and then next Skywatch Central, then the Hunker Bunker, then the Warehouse, then Windworn Way, and finally we have Why Complicate Things. Once you find the last of those locations, the achievement will pop, and honestly, if you just work on filling out the map as you grind out the other achievements, you'll most likely get this one naturally. Lastly, we have Treat Yourself for extracting 100 pieces of gear from Arms Race. Once I started grinding for this, my process was essentially the same as what I laid out for winning a round, but with a slight change. Your primary objective now is going to be hitting the gear extractors as you go through the map. So I'd start with the furthest one out from the middle, which is probably going to be outside of the circle, and then just keep hitting them one by one to drop off gear, while working your way from the outside towards the middle. You'll want to try to make it to as many as you can before the boss fight, but make sure that you survive to the end, because you'll also get the chance to extract 5 pieces of gear after the boss battle, and the extractors on the main map only allow for 3 pieces of gear to be extracted at each one. And with that, we have all of the achievements added from the Director's Cut DLC, and, well, 96% of the overall achievements, because they've already got the placeholders there for the next DLC. And just a quick reminder that my community Discord is now open, so be sure to go down to the description below and join so that you can hang out and let us know about your game completions. And as always, if you liked the video or found it helpful, be sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below with what games you'd like me to cover next.